What is up, Drum Alert Nation? I'm your host, Killer KEEM Star. Let's get right into the news. David Dobrik, you know how he got canceled last year or whatever? Like the big scandal that was going on, him swinging Jeff around, the SA situation. During all of this, there was a documentary being made on David Dobrik by KSI Neistat. Yes, we got all the details. I even talked to KSI about it. We got that story for you. Also, we have Jeffree Star calling out Logan Paul in the box. What is happening? We got that story for you. KSI is in the news. Since the last time I seen you, World War III started. We got some YouTubers caught in the crossfire of that. Trisha Paytas went off on this TikTok user. Tyler1s Girlfriend said F cancel culture. Good on you. We got that story for you. And Charlie Demilio has zits. Shocking, right? I'm not being mean, I swear. Like, there's a point of why I brought that up. We'll explain in a little bit. But before we jump into these stories, make sure you subscribe with those notifications on, because you know, as soon as I get the scoop, I'm gonna keep you in the loop. For our very first story, the YouTuber Lily Singh, you know, she had a talk show. It got canceled. Well, now another horrible thing happened to Lily Singh as she posted on TikTok that she was in the hospital for having cysts on her ovaries. Yikes. Hoping for the best with you, Lily Singh. Also in the... did I just say womb? I did not do that on purpose. Also in the news, Tyler1s Girlfriend is fighting cancel culture. I mean, this is unbelievable. So she's referring to Russia invading Ukraine. She says Kanye would stop this war if he was president. True. Okay, little joke, seems harmless, right? No. She goes on to say this. My Kanye tweet was funny as F. I don't regret it, for your information. The org made me take it down. What? The gaming org that she was with made her take this tweet down? That's ridiculous. She tweeted out I should probably leave my org so I could just say whatever, and then she put up a poll. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I think we all owe her a standing ovation. She left the org. And speaking about Russia invading Ukraine, it's like kind of consumed all of our lives because everybody in some way will be affected by this. One YouTuber is really affected, and we're talking about the commentary channel known as Noeffers. Now, he's been around forever. Over the last couple years, he's been teaching his audience what it's like to live in Russia, etc. Now, when this war broke out, he actually started getting a lot of hate. People were like unsubbing and stuff. He had to upload a video explaining, I do not want this war, duh. Yeah, guys, stop giving him hate. He's clearly against the war, but he has a very troll audience, so I think they're just trolling him. But it's actually even affecting him. He posted on social media, F everything, because due to the sanctions that like NATO's putting on Russia, they froze this man's Patreon. He can't even withdraw from it. Noeffers didn't invade Ukraine, and he actually has been speaking out against the war. So let's not give him hate, but another YouTuber is getting involved in this conflict in a big, surprising way. We're talking about the podcaster Lex Friedman, who just came off a huge interview with Mark Zuckerberg. Listen to this. Lex just uploaded a video stating that he's traveling to Ukraine and he set up an interview with Putin himself. Unbelievable. And speaking about unbelievable, a couple years ago, something happened that broke the internet. Coming from the YouTuber Boogie2988. There was this guy that was harassing him and trolling him and showed up to his house. Now, Boogie responded by answering the door with a firearm, and he actually fired off a couple warning shots, which he got in big trouble for. But I needed to give you that background for this because iDubbbz is setting up a boxing match with influencers, and he tweeted up looking for a heavyweight content creator, 200-pound plus, who's down to box. Last spot available. You will be fighting a legendary Twitch streamer. Now, Boogie responded by saying, I would get into shape for this. Let's box. A fan responded, no guns allowed. Okay, that's good. Also in the news, the two biggest TikTokers in the world with over 100 million followers, Demilio and KSI finally met each other. Did I just call her Dixie? I meant Charlie Demilio. But there's another story surrounding Charlie Demilio. Kat Tembarge tweeted out, I think it's really nice that Charlie Demilio doesn't edit out her acne. Charlie actually responded by saying, it's taken me a long time to feel comfortable in my skin, but this is how I look. And makeup only helps so much. I have to be confident and learn to love every imperfection. How inspiring. You know, the next Drama Alert, I'm gonna do it without a hat. Okay, no, I'm not. Also in the news, Mrbeast breaks into a home. He tweeted out, is it illegal to break into your friend's house to play with their dog? Jake Paul responded by saying, man, you okay? And speaking about Jake Paul, he has some opinions how to improve boxing. He tweeted out, I think there should be 6 boxing judges for title fights. 3 pairs of 2, and each pair has to agree on the same score at the end of the round. If they don't, they briefly debate their reasoning, almost like a jury system. These poor decisions change the shape of the sport forever. Personally, I think that's a great idea. I mean, I want to know your thoughts in the comments below, but that's kind of genius. I love it. But speaking of Jake Paul in boxing, we know he's been trying to get a fight with Conor McGregor forever, and actually, Conor responded. Yeah, the mere fighting on Twitter came out with a clip.
Conor, when are you coming back?
Soon, get there.
Have you an opponent in mind?
Sorry?
Have you an opponent in mind?
See what happens, see how it shakes out.
Is Jake Paul a possible opponent?
Who knows, never say never.
What did you think of Jake's win over Tyron Woodley? Did you watch it?
No, I wasn't actually watching now.
Did
I
you
only
hear-
got a couple of thousand boys. I didn't actually watch it. I saw it online. So no, I don't really
Did you hear his diss track on Dana?
I didn't hear it. No, I don't pay attention.
Yeah, guys, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. No, it's not, no. I don't think Conor wants to lose to Jake Paul. Like, why risk it? But speaking about Jake Paul and boxing, his brother Logan Paul recently got called out by Jeffree Star.
Crazy, yeah. But
Wow.
If we're gonna fight, let's go.
Okay, who are you trying to fight?
I don't, whoever's down to fight, let's go. I want to do a boxing match this year. So call someone.
Would it be James?
No, I think it'd be Logan Paul.
You want to box Logan
Yeah,
Paul?
I would
Jesus
I
Christ.
would love to box and then.
Oh my, okay,
you.
all right. Wow. Oh my God.
You know how Jeffree Star has the reputation of being like a super villain? Can you imagine him like poisoning Logan Paul or hiring Hitman to like blow dart him in the middle of the ring? Jeffree doesn't even throw one punch and Logan's knocked out cold. But that's not all Jeffree Star had to say. Jeffree Star and Trisha Paytas, they had a big feud. They're not friends anymore, but he actually wished her well.
Listen, I wanted to ask you. So one of your good, or we'll say former friends, Trisha Paytas,
Okay.
is having a baby.
Okay.
Have you reached out to her? Have you congratulated her?
I have not.
Do you think maybe you will?
Trisha, congrats. That's nuts. I think she's always wanted to be a mom, so that's kind of awesome.
And speaking about Trisha being pregnant, there's a lot of people online saying that she shouldn't be a mom. This is bad. Like a lot of people like just really being mean to her about having a baby and getting pregnant and all that stuff. And actually Trisha has now responded to some of the hate. Roll it.
Trisha Paytas is the last person in the entire world that should be mothering a child.
So normally I wouldn't respond to like hate, you know. Everyone's pretty much entitled to their opinion, but something like this just rubs me the wrong way for a lot of reasons. Imagine being at your lowest, right? I have a history of abusing prescription pills and using illicit drugs. I have a history of mental illness that went untreated for a long time, partially because of me. Yes, I went to 3 mental hospitals because of all of the above. That was my rock bottom that I needed to get clean. Going through there, I became again addicted to prescription pills, and I didn't get clean completely until December 2020. I've been in active therapy that's been working for my mental illness for the past year, and haven't exhibited any of this behavior that happened to me at my lowest. I had already been changing, but the day I found out I was pregnant, whole new person. And I'm not gonna lie, like it does hurt. I mean, I should just block this and move on because I am like just so happy right now, and I don't know, it does kind of hurt. I guess it just sucks because the whole point of cancel culture is we want you to change, we want you to be better, and then as soon as someone changes and starts to better themselves, like, oh no, not you, you're gonna always be awful, you're gonna always be held at a place where you were at your lowest and your ugliest. We cancel people to want people to change, and as soon as people change, people don't allow it. They want us to be stuck in that little hole. I'm married, I'm in a stable relationship. Like, we tried for this child, we went to fertility for this child. We have the financial means, the love, the care, the want, the desire, or both. This is all we've ever wanted. We're both able to care for the child full time. And now by posting this, I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's riling her up, it's getting to her, let's keep poking, which is like gross in its own right. I feel bad because these are people who actually are kind of hate their own lives, probably going through something in their own lives. And how do I know this? Is because I was that person, as we all know, for probably a decade on the internet. I hated and judged other people and criticized other people because I was so unhappy. Because bottom line is, happy people don't really criticize other people. They just don't.
Okay, let me say this. All right, when people become parents for the first time, they change. You know, someone that was a good person you think would be a good parent might be a horrible parent. Someone that you think would be, you know, a horrible parent might be a great parent. Like, people change. Like, as much drama and stuff Trisha has had, you can't really predict if she's going to be a good mother or a bad mother. I think that was a great response, Trisha Paytas. Also in the news, KSI just had a massive concert over the weekend. He performed in front of 12,000 fans at Wembley Arena. Look at this crowd. KSI is on an entire different level. And now for our final story, David Dobrik. All right, you guys know, like, a year ago, he was in all this drama with the essay allegation with his friend group, and then also him spinning Jeff around on the excavator, smacking him into the excavator. Believe it or not, while all this was going on, somebody was filming a documentary on David Dobrik's life, and they captured the inside scoop of this, and it was KSI Neistat. And we know this because the film festival SXSW announced this documentary titled Under the Influence. The caption says, when KSI Neistat first sat down to interview the YouTube sensation David Dobrik, neither of them knew they were about to capture one of the most rise and falls in the history of the internet. Who knew that this thing even existed? I get on the phone with KSI Neistat, right? And I'm talking to him in details. He gives me a little bit of details, but he's keeping a lot of this close to his chest, right? I am going to this film festival to see this film. Don't know where it's coming out. We don't know if it's going to be like on Netflix, on YouTube. It's definitely not going to be on YouTube because KSI told me it's not. We don't know if it's going to be on Hulu, Amazon. We don't know where this is going. But it will premiere at this film festival on March 12th, and I'm going to see it. First of all, it's an amazing subject matter, but it was filmed by KSI Neistat. Like, KSI Neistat is known for his production quality. Like, and of course, I'm going to tell you what I've seen. I think I can. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the news today, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you enjoy the news here, leave a comment because I want to know your thoughts on these stories. And as soon as I get the scoop, I'm going to keep you in the loop.